Hey, morning.
Morning. It's like 4 clicks to admit the AI now.
I know. So does it ask everybody if they want to admit it?
Yeah. Well, I think just one person
Yeah.
has to admit, probably, right?
Yeah. I tried, and then it just kept popping up like view lobby, view lobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to
I
view
think
the
it
lobby.
happens when everybody does it.
Yeah, you have to view the lobby, and then you see the user, whatever you want to call it, in the participants, and then you got to click a checkbox there, and then it comes up with a confirmation. Do you want to admit them?
Really?
So, yeah, it's.
I used to.
I think it was
Today
one
was
click
the
is
first
5
time
now.
Today was the first time I ever got the view lobby. Every other time it just says, "Do you
Yeah.
want to admit it?" And I just admit it. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize
that
everybody.
showed us the view lobby like mid last week or something. What'd you say, Fred?
Yeah, and that it started a little while ago. So.
Do you think that the AI is sitting there? They're talking about me.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah,
going to
we
conspire to
better.
get
No,
us.
we love you, AI. Don't hurt us.
AIs are the best.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're the best
Yeah.
around.
All right. Well, happy Monday, everybody. I hope you all had a nice weekend. Do you guys get lots of fires down in Argentina? Our whole state is on fire right now.
Actual fires or
Yeah, like
Yes.
forest fires, like wildfires.
like out in the
Yes, literal fires.
not the fires that we have like 4 times a week.
In the office.
In the office, yeah.
from time to time, in Córdoba, right, Mario?
Yeah.
Some summers where you live.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Incendios.
incendios.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
had to look it up. I feel ashamed.
I bet you guys are probably not as dry as we are, though, so it's probably not quite as common, I would imagine. Our state is, we live in a desert, so
Oh,
a high
right. I see.
desert, and so we get and it's been really really hot. We've had like about almost a month of I think it's about 38 degrees minimum, where it's been up over 38 degrees every day for a month, and that's Celsius.
Yeah. And hardly
Yeah,
any
I see.
rain. Yeah.
And no rain.
Yeah.
So it's just dry. It's really dry, and so then, if lightning, what happens is that then we'll get a weather system, and then lightning comes, and it's so dry that it starts a fire, and then there's also stupid people that
Yeah.
have.
We were watching with my wife in Netflix Virgin River, which apparently is located nearby Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And incendios are common there.
Yeah.
Firing.
Yeah, that-
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just outside of the bottom of Utah into Arizona and Nevada.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Do you want to hear it? Now I'm going to give you a fun fact on the Virgin River. Are you ready
Okay.
for it?
Yeah, sure.
So there was 2 rivers that the explorers that were exploring that, and one of them was a really dirty river, and one of them was a fresh, clean river. And when they came back and recorded them, they recorded the wrong one. So what we know as Virgin River was originally called Mud River, and there's another Mud River that is a really clean river.
That's funny.
And it was recorded wrong, and then it just stayed that way.
Or
There you
we're
go.
trying to confuse the Germans.
Or
Yeah,
is it
it's
just
like-
the American
it's like
thing to
Iceland
do?
and
We
Greenland.
just do stuff
Yeah.
like that, so.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, keep people away from the nice things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Keep them from being overpopulated.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I was actually just killing a little bit of time. I saw Ryan just pull up, so he'll be up shortly. But let's go ahead and Mara, if you want to get started, and he should be here in the next minute too, and we'll see where we are.
Okay. Well, no so much to report here. It was adjusting some things in my pull requests. I am now going through the list to take another story. I found the story 11271, add warehouse as finishing step for inventory items. There is a tag in there as a stand-up. Even though I was trying to analyze what the code is involved, well, we need to answer some questions. I was reading the ticket. There is a short and long answer from Janeudis, and we need to decide what to do there, right? So
We can discuss that after. I was planning on going through some of the stand-up list today, so we can kind of take a look at that at the end here.
Okay. Well, I will wait for the discussion.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Okay. Well, for me, it was triage support on Friday, and also moving on with the vendor printing phase 1. So I am now completing the self-review, and I will create a pull request for the phase 1 soon. Yeah, that's basically it for me.
Okay, looked at there's a lay flat soft cover issue. Looked at that with Sebastian, and then I created a story for that, and then I started working on that, but I didn't really get any time to work on that yet. But I've got it. I was gonna get that here pretty quick, I think.
Which one was that? Sorry.
That's the one where the soft cover has a tick that causes that disappears. That's really useful. Anyway, it causes the guts to be off.
Yeah.
And they discovered it because we're already doing lay flat soft covers, but likely we just haven't noticed because without having something that makes it obvious, then it's not obvious.
Yeah.
So
I remember now. That was the one that Mari brought up. The books that were cut, and they were cutting them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that one, and then, and I can't remember Friday very well. I've got notes, but they. For Printify, then Dan had said to go ahead and add what we need to add, or do what we need to do there, because we're going to need 2 more fields in the shipments table, because they need their own shipment ID and their label ID for they need us to send those when we're voiding. So
have you built a story for that yet? Did you say you were going to?
There was a story. There was a
Okay.
story for it. I haven't necessarily updated it to say we're going to go ahead and do that. I haven't looked at it since
Okay.
then, but yeah. So I'll update that and I'll get going on that, and then. Oh yeah, there was some shipment audit stuff. That's what I was spending the end of the day on. The UPS account. Oh, so they were wondering why there's no UPS audit stuff. Well, it's because there weren't any UPS shipments since there haven't been any since like June 16th. Yeah. So that was legitimate. Like there not being anything, and then there was a file still, but it wasn't. It was those files have stuff that is non-shipment stuff. For like fuel and other things like that. Anyway, they also said FedEx wasn't working, and so I looked at that for a long time and realized the last ones that were in there actually were the last ones that we got, so there was no problem there. So that was kind of a waste of time. But anyway, that's pretty much it for me.
For me, Friday stuff. I don't remember what. Was that the Canon day with the black and white, or was that Thursday?
The B-Dub.
The B-Dubs.
Yeah, B-Dub.
Got the
You guys all missed the inside joke.
Yeah.
got the
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. So we could print black and white only on the Canon IX. And then I'm working on all these failures that are in order imported. I'm going back and forth with Hooray on those and Truly Engaging. We switched our IPs again. Woohoo.
Does that mean we got a new service provider? We switch over to Xmission?
Yes.
Yes.
I did create. I know you talked to Rebecca about creating Stack Overflow, but she didn't have
I
access
saw
or
you.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you?
So I just-
Have you been able to get in with to get any response from the support team?
I got. They contacted me with some helpful information. I cannot for the life of me remember if it helped or if I got logged in. So I'm gonna have to take a look at that today.
Okay.
But
I
yeah,
just
they're
threw
very
one.
helpful and quick at responding.
So I just threw up one while it was fresh on my mind.
Yeah. That's good.
And so I got those out. So I was working with Cloud Printer, was having an issue. Cloud Printer Wholesale was having an issue, obviously. And so we got them, I think, squared away. Actually, what we have on right now is we're still routing anything that goes to EU West through our old IP because it's failover now. And so that they're working, but they did say end of day Friday that they had it switched over, so we should be good to get rid of that. But I don't see any real hurry to do that. While we make sure everybody gets moved over. I don't remember. Today.
You deployed a lot on Thursday.
We deployed a lot last
Can't wait to
week.
hear about the
Yeah.
stories
Dan,
on that
Dan
one.
was
Yeah.
all over him.
Dan wanted some stuff to go out, and then
He's
Thursday
like
we-
Ryan. Yeah, he's
Scotty
like
was very
Ryan's out.
offended
Oh, let's
earlier.
go.
I said Scotty didn't get anything done last week, and I'm like, well, he just didn't get any of his stuff done last week.
That's right.
Yeah, Scotty's like, I got
He did
all
get a
of them,
lot
thank
done.
you.
It just wasn't none of his stuff.
me and Sebastian were going back and forth because so there's we got all the text JSONs out.
Good.
I think most of the testing things, if not all the testing changes out.
Yeah.
The one on Thursday was he wanted to switch the case maker submission of the JDF or file or whatever to a manual scan point, so they had to scan it and then it send it over. So Sebastian did that, got that out. Then he wanted to switch that to go through Hangfire. So then we did that. Then there wasn't enough of a delay between the two things, so then we had to do that. And then I think we're good now, though, on that. So. But I don't really actually know what that's for.
All right.
Something to do with the Colbus
Yeah.
Yeah.
and submitting, and we did do the correct files and stuff. So there was a whole bunch of tests that updated for that. I think I have a couple that are still.
By the way, before I forget, Mario, you remember that you need to update your branch now because those changes are out. Right? If you have some free time, the batch component files need to be updated with those changes.
Yeah, I remember you brought that up.
Yeah, and I did try and warn everybody. There's a lot of changes that you'll need to pull into your branches just to make sure. Oh, we did also have a slight regression on the shipwise package pulling because system.text.json handled nulls differently. So added that out, got that out there so that those are syncing. So I think we're okay now. Dev is still broken. You won't be able to deploy.
Oh.
Still working on that.
Okay.
But it was a test change, and so I'll take a look at it, or well, somebody can take a look at it. Dan was going to, but he's out this week, and so I don't think he will. So
Yeah, I don't think so.
And will probably want to deploy on to dev. So, and then I got confirmation.
What's the where's the is the pipeline not running or
Pipeline.
the pipeline?
It builds the central test project, and the central test projects has a failure in it.
Okay.
So one of the classes that he created implements the iStorage driver interface, but doesn't implement one of the methods that is required. So it's not a
Should be
huge.
pretty easy. Yeah.
Not a
sounds
big
reasonable.
one.
Okay.
It's just I didn't get to it. And then last week I was going back and forth with Printify at a snail's pace, which was
Yeah,
super fun.
I was keeping tabs on that, like one a day. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, so fun. We have a meeting.
Scotty got to the point that he's like, "Do I just need to come into work at 2 a.m.? I can't
I know.
do this anymore."
I'll just work while they're working, and we can get this done.
Yeah, I know.
Because they didn't believe me for.
Yeah. Well, they just wrote today saying, "Oh, okay, now we're looking at the TLS error." Like,
Yeah,
geez,
Now I see.
a week later, come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm like, I told you the arrow's on your end. It's like, it's your sandbox. I'm like, what sandbox? I don't know where that is.
Oh,
And
and
so-
and then the worst part is that, and then Troy is just down here pushing us and pushing. And I'm like, Troy, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
I'm
we
like,
do?
I
What do we do here?
what do we do here? Well, yeah, if you guys could just get up at 2 a.m., that would be great. And I'm like,
No. Sorry.
It would be stay up until 2 a.m. And then I have a meeting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with them.
Okay.
And hopefully that Renus guy is on there,
Yeah.
and we can just hash some stuff out. So,
How
unlike
did the shipping conversation go last week with Printify?
equally as well.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I had a conversation with Dan because I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just feel like they're like, oh, we want to be your partner, but you guys bend everything to make it work with us. No,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, because I just went in and I go, Dan, this is what they want us to do. I mean, ultimately, you're in
Yeah,
charge
sure.
of it, so
Yep.
what do you want to do? And I go, because I'm a little bit bugged, to be honest.
Yep.
And I feel like they could give a little bit, and that was what Chuck was talking about earlier, and he was just
I see.
like, it's not. He goes, yes, I'm irritated too, but it's not really that big. It doesn't really hurt us that much, and we just need to get this taken care of. And I'm like,
Good.
okay, that's fine with
That's
me.
all we need to know. We'll
I-
spend the
Yeah.
resources and do it.
Then we'll do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you missed out on a mini. We have a mini peak going on right now.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. Do we
Yeah,
have, is it that, what's it called? The
Cloud Printer
Cloud
wholesale.
printer
yeah,
wholesale.
Cloud Printer wholesale books?
Yeah, I've got
Yeah, they-
70,000 books dropped on us. I think something like that.
Tara said on Friday that they have, or Thursday, they have 4 million impressions in queue right now.
Wow.
And so they are.
Are they vending also, or are they just doing
No,
all
they're
internal?
they're doing it all internal, and we had
Yeah.
so we had to so Chuck had to. One of the projects that we'll talk about is that they all get brought into hold for production because Tara wants to control how it gets released and what the dates are, because they're like, here's 70,000 books and we need 25,000 of them on August 14th, and then we need 30,000 of them on August 21st, and then we need 20,000 of them on August 28th. And so she was trying to do that, and our UI only allows you to do 1,000 at a time. So we messed with that one day. We were trying to figure that out, and then we kind of were brainstorming on a better way to do that. I think that we came up with a pretty good plan. Did we put a story in for that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And so, I mean, it just, last week, we decided that you and Rebecca can't be gone on the same week anymore, because then I have to figure out how to do her job, and that's not good for anybody.
We did do a lot of stuff with medias.
Yeah, we've moving. I was doing it all.
Oh,
man.
no.
I was moving medias. I was doing it all.
Oh yeah, it happened.
I'd get Sebastian on the phone, and I'd be like, all right, what's going on here? Can you walk me through this? So I actually learned a lot. It was good. But.
The black and white one was hilarious because we're like, oh, let's ask Dan. And Dan was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so, luckily, it was extraordinarily easy. And the nice thing about the Canon one, it sounds like over the HP, is it doesn't matter. The file itself doesn't have to be black and white.
It
It
prints
just
up.
prints black and white.
Yeah.
So
So I guess that was just because we got so many of those Cloud Printer wholesale that they were putting them on every machine, and we weren't really set up. So we were trying to build new medias and do
Well,
the
nice-
whole thing. And and Scotty and Chuck and I are like, I don't have any idea what to do here.
I was like,
Oh, neither.
But then I was like, oh, Ryan would know for sure. But then I found out, oh,
Probably
nobody-
not.
No,
Nobody would have known. We would have had it all figured out.
Because when we went into Dan, and Dan's like,
I don't know.
I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe nobody would know that.
he said the worst thing ever. Ooh, good question. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then we also did some tests for the linen lay flats, some more tests for those. That was hilarious. I went to Dan and talked to him. He's like, well, it's not going to work, but you can send it, you can keep it going through. I'm like, okay.
Gosh.
So,
But they're not going to believe us when we tell them it's not going to work, so I guess
Yeah.
they'll have to see it.
So,
So, on the flip side, you guys picked a good week to be gone. It's crazy.
It was a lot of fun.
But we stayed on top of it. It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't,
Sure.
like I said, I
We-
actually learned a lot last week. That was good for me.
We stayed near the top.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything media comes up, I'll just send it over to Chad.
I'll send it right back. All right, hey Ryan, do you have anything or?
No, there's nothing
Okay.
to really report on right now. So
Okay, well that's Rebecca. If you want to bring up the stand up list, I mean we didn't really get to hardly anything last week. There was a few things that we talked about, the Bendit thing, and Sebastian was kind of able to build out his stories after we met with Dan, Jamie, and Tara on that. I think right that was like last Monday or something, and kind of gave Sebastian at least a pretty good starting point. So you could see that he does have like 3 stories. Well, there was 3, but one of them's in code review, so I pulled that one out. Are you going to be starting on that phase 2-1 right now, Sebastian, or and the question is, it's in stand up, do you want to have a conversation about that right now, or is that necessary right now?
can you tell me like we reviewed the phases with somebody and we've gotten sign off on them, or
Not really. We had a meeting with Dan, Tara, and Jamie,
okay,
right?
All right.
So let me back up just a little bit before you,
Sure.
and then Sebastian. So we had a meeting, and if you remember, Ryan, on I think it was either Thursday or Friday before you left, you and I talked, and you
Yeah.
were looking at your document, and you're like, I'd like to work on this a little bit. So when we
Right.
met with them, I acknowledged that. I said, hey, Ryan has been working with
This is
Claude,
rough.
and this was
Okay.
kind of like a rough draft. So
Yeah.
I don't really want to send this out yet, but
Okay.
I do want to get started with it.
Okay.
And so we kind of went over conceptually what the project was, and Sebastian was able to ask his questions on
Perfect.
how to get started. And so if you picked up there, Sebastian, like where you were going on your first phase, so we didn't try to get too deep into the entirety of the project because I'd said that we were going to probably work on our document and figure that out, and then we could talk more about it, but I just wanted to be able to get started on it. So based on that conversation on Monday, Sebastian felt like he had enough to write a couple of stories to get started on, and it looks like he finished the first one. It's in code review right now. So if you wanted to maybe
It's in. I would call it self-review. I
Self-review.
will finish that self-review soon, and then I will publish that pull request, because I publish those in draft mode so that I can run the review feature skill on an actual pull request, just to match whatever you, Ryan, or whoever will face on the code reviewing step.
Okay.
This story series is just 3 phases. It's for just some basic stuff. It's not pretending to cover the whole solution, right? So let's say it's for the MVP if we want, right? and we could get a consensus of what it will look like for those first steps, whether they will go through press planning or not, what new UI they need for sorting some things out. So that's mainly what this is, right? It will not cover a lot of stuff like reprinting, costs, and many other things. So it's just how to integrate press planning with the pending new models, a new UI for them to be able to easily move jobs from in-house printing to vendor printing by adding a product modifier on the products that we know, because I see your concern. There are products
we already have all that
will,
built in with medias and alternate medias,
Right.
so now we're maybe
Exactly.
adding another level of complexity.
No. It's not that.
Okay.
Medias, the products that will go no matter what to vendor press will have that media swap in the product setup, and that's fine, right? But there are products that they know that are bendable. Let's say that
Oh, I see.
they decide really late, right?
Yeah,
Whether they need
okay.
to bend or not.
Okay.
That will be a modifier, like saying which
I see.
this product is potentially bending.
It's vendor
right?
approved. It's vended approved. It's been approved for vending.
Yeah.
We have to
Exactly.
approve it with the customer, so that's fine.
Okay, right, exactly. So they will have another UI that will act on the same step as press planning. So they can go and query all the bendable products, and
They're
they
in the
will
queue,
have
right?
in the queue, right? And they will have all the vendor presses available, vendor medias available to choose really easily without having to filter too much, right? So it will be just one click to go to that report, let's say, and in the end, what it will do, it will perform a switch media. And from now on, the switch media tool and this new tool, both will always show a feedback to the user saying, okay, you are moving from this out to this other out, from this sheet count to this other sheet count, from this block count to this other block count. Always, no matter
And that
what.
can be immediate. That's an immediate feedback we can provide, so they don't have to wait for it to rebatch, right?
Exactly.
That way they can get a
That's even before switching the media.
good. Okay.
Right. After that, that's the phase one. Right?
So we're
That's
probably
the-
we're gonna want to have that be a column on the like on that vending swap page,
maybe
if possible.
it's not.
It's not a
Yeah,
lightweight
it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like an immediate computation that we can
Right.
put on there,
Yeah.
but I would pray.
Well, we could probably get we could even supply a rough estimate, because we're going to, I mean, for any given product, they will always be X outs on one media and different outs on another media, so we
That-
could just,
That's the tricky part. Yeah, the computation of the
well, no,
what the
it's
layout will
not,
be.
because, it's for any given product, it's always going to be this number of outs on this media or this number of outs on another media. It's not going to change for any given product.
It's not going to change, but it's not persisted anywhere. It's
Exactly.
a computation.
It's not persistent anywhere. We have to find a way, if we can identify a way to do that, a quick calculation, then
Yeah, I
it
would play
be
around
worth
with that.
showing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the idea, that they
Yeah.
can foresee, because currently we show that information only the blocks difference, sorry, the output difference, and only if we are going down. If we are going up, we don't even show anything.
Oh,
Right.
is that right?
So yeah, that's what one of the change. We will start showing
Got it.
out always. So
Okay.
this phase one adds the flexibility part of everything. They can literally keep working the same way as they were working today, without
Yeah.
using this new UI, without declaring new presses, without declaring new medias, without doing anything
Yeah,
else.
this is
So
very
it's-
easy. This is something we can make on the back end, so that's great.
Yeah, it's quite invasive, but it also exposes those flexibilities. They can
Yeah.
start using it if they want to, right?
Okay. Yep.
Phase two will be the biggest one, will be the portal plus the capacity checks, right? The daily limits checks.
Okay. Yeah.
And that will still be manual. We need to make sure that the daily checks are working fine. Once they feel confident about that, we will move to phase 3, and phase 3 will be automation. And by automation, we mean everything up until the green send to press button. That will always be a human action.
So it'll pre-choose where we would send it, but then they can pull it back if they decide they don't want it, right?
Exactly.
Or if they want to change it around or something, yeah.
And it should also take into consideration the daily
Limits, yeah.
So it will say I could just pre-select this and that, but I couldn't pre-select this other because it's too big or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
So it was a good starting conversation.
Good. Okay.
But it's gonna probably need more as we go down through it, and we talked about it, but at least it got us a direction to start working anyways. So
Okay.
Yeah. I've got one thing I faced while implementing the one that maybe I don't know how long Dan will be off, but
he's gone all week.
yeah. So yeah. There was another story I created not so long ago for having all the drivers be DI checked, right? And now that I was developing all the vending service for multiple checks. One of the checks is whether we need to add a separator page or not, or whether we need to add a banner page or not. For the vending job have a unique vending banner page, and we also, I don't remember if we do include separators always or we don't include separators. I don't
think
remember
we
which
do. Like
Yeah, I
between
don't
each
remember.
book.
But the thing is that I need to rely on that vending service, right? And these drivers have still static methods. Those are not communicating with the dependency injected stuff. So
My gut tells me is that we will need the inserts because we are not doing offsetting.
right.
So because
Yeah.
we just get one big block of text, we do
Yeah,
need to
that's
have
my
inserts
gut too,
on the
but-
bed.
So yeah, either way, maybe that's a good motivation to start working on that other story. Actually, before going to phase 2, I don't know, but I would like to have that opinion there. That
So
other story
there's
is the
a-
one that will move the drivers to IOC
Yeah, probably
as
so.
well.
Yep, we do need to do that.
So what you could do, Sebastian, I don't know if it requires more of a conversation with Dan or if you wanted to send him questions, but I think if you sent him some questions on Slack, there's a chance he might look at it and answer. because I know he's out. He's in Florida with his family or something. But I know that sometimes if he sees it, he may answer it. But I don't know if you actually need a conversation or not. That might be a little bit harder. But if it's just questions that you could write down, you could probably write down and tag him on the Dev channel.
Yeah.
If he responds or not.
I think I can draft a really solid question just for a yes or no, because we've been talking about both things recently. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I can do that.
All right,
I
I
think if I
you
don't
could-
get an answer, I will assume no, and just move on with the hacky way I've just done for phase 1 so far. But you also said that we might be good with the timing in the project. I don't know. What was the goal for this vended project, Chad? You mentioned
October or end of October, I think.
something.
1st of
Yeah.
November. I mean, I think that, yeah, I mean, probably, it's a really hard thing because I don't know how easy it's going to be to test it because we probably won't start sending vended until we're in the fight, right? So, but it seems like that's what Dan said, I want to say, wasn't it? Right at the end of October, 1st of November, maybe?
Yep.
So that's the goal. So we do have some time, which is, but I also feel like this could easily just keep getting bumped if we don't get on it. So I appreciate you getting work on it, but yeah, we do have a little bit of time for this one.
Okay. Yeah. So I will send the question. If I don't get an answer, I will assume not yet, and
Yeah.
keep moving.
Sounds good. All right, Rebecca, sorry, do you want to bring that stand-up list back up? And Mario, which one was it that you were asking about, and we can talk about that one?
Yes, the 11271.
I don't know if you said something, but you're muted, Mario, so we didn't hear it.
Oh, sorry. 11271, add warehouse as finishing step for inventory items.
Okay. Oh, yeah. This is something I did want to talk to the team about. So this came up last week from Tamia, and she said that she wanted to have a finishing step. And I just don't know anything about what this takes. Maybe there's a problem that I missed. So I put this on here for discussion, but she said that these all end up in the warehouse. And I replied to her and I asked her, I said, is it always end up in the, or just sometimes? And she said it always does. And so she's like, it gets sent to packaging, but it should end in warehouse. And I'm going to be the first one to admit I don't know if there's an issue with that or not. Maybe there's a problem that I don't see with that or not, or maybe it just was set up this way and it's not a big deal. But it's going to packaging and then they're trying to find it, and it's and so she just wanted to change that for these products to go directly to, or to finish in warehousing and not packaging. Does anybody see an issue with that, or is that pretty benign? Or
Yeah, that makes sense. And I remember that's been a headache in the
Thought we already have
past.
cards per warehouse. What's that process map? We already have process maps that go to the warehouse.
We do.
I mean, well, there's nothing in there.
It's I don't remember
Yeah,
what
but I
it's
know
called.
I've seen it.
It exists.
I just don't know which one.
It would be.
There's a hardcover notebook, Guts for
Yeah,
Warehouse.
so just look at that one.
Yeah.
Drill down on that one.
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh, here.
Just drill down on 102.
Warehouse
Yeah,
receiving.
warehouse
That's
receiving.
right. So we just need to add warehouse receiving
Wait, but
instead of packaging, right?
yeah,
Future
no,
items.
but that's a card, right? You don't want to put
Right,
a.
right.
Yeah, you
Okay.
don't want to do it. You don't. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to create a card for
Yeah.
warehouse or whatever.
I think this is the first time, right?
Yeah.
For cards.
Yeah.
That,
Well,
that-
except it looks like we started one down below. There was that cards for warehouse, right? There's just cards
Yeah.
for warehouse that didn't get built.
Oh.
So we just need to build it out.
So what I can do is just just take these and
No,
then.
no.
Okay.
No, you need to copy the process map that's there because there are steps that get dropped, like foil.
No, that's,
You
sorry,
can't
that's
just-
what I meant. I'd go
Okay,
to that
all right.
process map.
Yeah, don't just grab
Yeah.
those 4 tasks.
No,
and put
sorry.
them there.
That's what I said, but I meant I would go to
Got
that
it.
products
Got it.
process map.
Okay, great.
And then I would just switch packaging to the warehouse receiving. And then I can respond to this once I do that, and then should I ask to have them set up a warehouse receiving for these, is it cards? Just to make sure that the warehouse has that ready? It sounds like they're already doing it.
Scan the
Okay,
batch.
okay, perfect. So,
What they need to do is they need to make sure that they complete the order so that the batch will disappear and get marked as shipped. Because that's what packaging does. So they're going to need to do the same thing when it gets ordered.
awesome. Okay, so is it okay? I just put my name on this so I can just do
Yeah.
that. I mean, I could actually just delete this.
Well, finish it. Make sure you finish it before you delete it.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't want you to lose it and forget about it, but
All right.
okay.
Where did we want to start on this?
Let's start. Do you want to start with let's see, Ryan, you did the down sample over resolution PDF. Is that something we want to talk about now?
Sample, I'm not sure.
11/160 down sample over resolution PDF.
Yeah, well, this bites us every once in a while. I don't know. It only hurts us when we have one, and then fails to rip. So it doesn't happen that often, but every once in a while we get something really high first, and we do want to reduce the.
I saw Zazzle, and just on a side note, they brought over your sample circles
Oh, good.
at the end of last week, so
Oh, good.
those are
2,
over
3
there to
weeks.
look at now.
Oh,
Yep.
that's great.
She did bring them over, I think, on
It's a new
Thursday
record.
or something, but I said, okay, well, we'll look at this when we get
We'll
a
look
chance.
at it and
to
get back to you in a month.
Yeah, and we never had any time to look at it, so we haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
But they're sitting over on the table now. Do you want to hold on this one for now? It sounds like it's a rarity, or is it something we want to try to take
We
on?
do want to do. I think we want to have this done before we hit peak so that we can adjust these and build it in. But the idea is we just want to build. We do several things around optimizing images, and so we want to have a opt-in partner modifier that allows us to restrict the PPI on the images. So we can compute it and calculate it, and there's even a branch to review it. So I had Claude start at least, so we can take a look from there. But the idea is if one customer is using, if they have a reasonable high resolution image, and they're tiling it on a 2-inch by 2-inch circle over repeatedly tiling it, so you have 100 of them, they all don't need to be 2500 PPI. So we can scale that way down, and it optimizes the throughput and it helps those rip a lot faster, and it makes it so they can rip. Sometimes we have them where they just fail completely. So I think we should be doing it, and I don't think it's too bad to do it. I think we just need somebody to really look at it and build a test and make sure that everything's going to work okay.
Mario, do you feel like you have enough information on this? You could take a stab at this? Sounded like you were looking for something to do.
Yeah, I think so. There is
There's a branch.
A file?
That's the Claude created branch. So start with that, but let's heavily review it and make sure it's not going overkill.
I meant the attached files are documents to make some tests or something.
Yep, those are some examples.
Excellent.
That's exactly the one. That's the one I remember. We could not get it to rip at all, and so once we optimized those images, then it did. And so actually all three of those items were in the order. So the only one that was the problem was the first one.
I see.
And so that'll just will just allow us to optimize this a little bit better and have that max image PPI modifier. We may at some point decide to do this for everybody, but for now, Zazzle is the one that we definitely need to introduce this for, because they do such small pieces and they allow their customers to just tile with these high resolution images.
It gets a little heavy. Okay.
Did we have an idea for story point size?
And I suppose we could bring up our poker if we're gonna do a couple of these today.
I'm just curious, this is something Zazzle need to approve or not, or just do it
No,
on our side?
This is just doing it on our side. Because what happens is when we have these giant issues, these giant images tiled on these little 2-inch by 2-inch circles, we end up with each of those. The effective PPI is well over, like I said here, like I was going to say over 3,000, but it's like 3,700, 3,900 effective PPI. So we can downsample those images way down to be a 600 PPI. That's still great, but on that little tiny image, it's going to be perfectly fine.
I get that. Right.
Okay, we can put a vote in then.
Good.
All right, put a medium on that one. Scotty wasn't here to break the tie.
Okay. Any other questions?
Not for now.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
What about the shipping cutoff batching initiative number 10?
I think we're gonna discuss this more.
Yeah, that's the discuss.
Okay.
We need to discuss that.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
still don't know what we're going to do there.
Okay. Let's maybe not get. Do you want to get into the Royal QA process?
Royalty.
The royalty QA.
Probably we got to discuss it at least. See what we
Okay.
can come
Yeah,
up
let's
with.
talk. Yeah, let's talk about it. At least get everybody thinking about it on the
Yeah.
same page.
Make it a
So,
story at least.
Mario and Sebastian, because you wouldn't have been in this conversation, we met with Tara probably a couple weeks ago now, and she brought up an issue that there's certain like samples that like need to be kind of handheld through the shop, and we have like a QA step, but it's abused quite a bit. They mark everything QA. And so Tara's trying to figure out that, like, okay, if we have like a really important customer that Jeff or Charlie bring in, or one of the sales guys, and it's a big deal, and it really needs to be handheld all the way through the shop. She said the problem is that, like, it goes all the way through the shop, and then it gets to QA and packaging after it's gone through all of the steps. And so she wanted to have something more of like where we talked about them signing off on each step as the along the way. So like after printing, like Kira would sign off, and then after cutting, Gerardo would sign off, or something like that. And Ryan and Rebecca, if I'm misremembering this, feel free to jump in. And so this was kind of a brainstorm. The first time we met about it, we talked about it twice. Ryan wasn't in the first one, but he was in the second one. And so we were just kind of brainstorming like some ideas on how to differentiate. And like at first she was like, oh, we could color them purple. Like, so, cause rushes are red and lates are, I don't know, blue or whatever color they are. And she's like, we could use purple. And I'm like, oh, you want to give it the royalty? And that's where that name came in. We don't need to use it or whatever, but okay. But anyways, that's the general idea of it. And then I know Ryan had some thoughts on it, and Rebecca had some thoughts on it, on how to do, and I think Scotty had some thoughts on it, on how to do it. And so it's been a couple of weeks since we talked about it, but was that generally what it was, or is there more to it that you'd want to add to that, Rebecca or Ryan?
There probably was, but I think we just want to try it. I mean, I think there's some comments down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To just discuss how we're going to do it.
And it needed to be like permission based, because we don't, I mean, it's one of those things that like, Tara's like, well, I would love to give it to everybody, but I'm afraid that if some of the AMs had it, they would just, every time they wanted something done, they would just mark it as and then it doesn't serve its purpose. Because Tara's like, yeah, there's maybe like 1 to 3 a week at most that would qualify for this. And so I don't know if it will just be a Jamie thing, or if it will, how that will work, but it would have to have its own permission so that we could control that, because it is something that she is, we all had the same thought when it came up that, yeah, as soon as you hand this off, they're all going to mark everything this. It's just going to be like, well, okay, well, my customer wants the royalty treatment on everything. And she's like, there's a use case, but it has to stay in control. So it does have to have a permission. I don't know where that permission will go long term. And then it has to have a way that it can be designated the royalty QA, where the first idea is that it would be shaded purple so that they would watch it closer. And then I can't remember, Ryan or Scotty, one of the two, like brought up that they could have them actually sign off on it. I don't know how that would look, but I mean, she was open to ideas. But
the issue with purple is that for out of stock we use purple as
okay.
well. So maybe we need something
Down
else.
in
No,
the
we weren't going to do.
comments,
Remember, we weren't
yeah.
going to do a header. We were
just going to do the
We were
watermark.
just going to do a watermark.
okay, watermark.
Right
Okay,
here.
yeah, we talked about a lot of different things, so that's
Right,
why
I see.
I couldn't remember. So
But the watermark where?
Like
At
we
the-
do for the dev, like we do a dev watermark on our work orders, we would do that.
Oh,
for the,
so
Just
the
really
whole
light
batch will
shade.
be
the whole batch will say royalty is watermark across the.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Yes.
and then I don't know. I can't remember, Ryan or Scotty, which one of you brought this up about having the sign off, having it signed off at each stage. How did you envision that happening? Would that be
Remember, that was just we were just going to put they just had to initial each one of them.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't new paperwork. They would just we
We were
just,
going to
like,
create new paperwork, but they were just going to have to initial next to every single one of them. It was just going to be a training thing.
Okay.
We
That was
weren't
exciting.
going to go and enforce for a first version. This was just strictly do the paperwork. And then if the idea was is if it's already batched and they're making it do Royal QA, then it needs to print off new paperwork and they have to go find it and swap it out.
Yes.
So any other thoughts, or I mean, is this something that we could or estimate the size on it?
So it looks like the vast majority is on the training side. It's just the paperwork, watermark.
Yeah,
And
it's the
maybe-
And
watermark.
a way
and-
to indicate. You need to have a way to indicate it.
What do you mean by that?
We have to have a way to flag the order as this new status.
Oh,
Oh,
so
right.
like in central.
To flag it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and
Wait.
okay.
And then did you say on the paperwork we needed areas for their signature?
We don't
I think
need
Ryan
that.
was just saying we just
they'll
have
just-
them
Just training, okay,
just training.
They're
Yeah.
just gonna do it. Yeah.
awesome.
So
we
it
talked
looks like,
about a way to make it so that if it's royalty QA and then it has to be like a supervisor scan that marks it complete or something like that. But that felt,
onerous.
yep.
Yeah.
So we were going
It's
to
a-
start by just having it do this, and then they just initial it. Since there's only like 2 or 3 orders a month, we don't want this to be a huge giant project.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that so what we want to do is we obviously want something to checkbox to market, and that checkbox is controlled by a permission, and then that checkbox puts the royalty watermark on the paperwork, and
Yep.
then after that it's just a training issue, right?
Yep. And if the order's already batched, then it needs to queue the create paperwork just so that new paperwork exists. The user's going to have to go get it and print it and take it. That's on them. If it's really worth a royalty step, then they're going to have to do some work to make sure it gets it.
And we could probably just keep the permission for checking that to super admin for now, since
I think
Tara and
so,
Jamie
too.
have that.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
I think that would be fine. I just don't know if there will come a time that because it's like
So we
we
could
kept
change
on
it,
having
yeah.
these conversations with Tara, and she's like, in a perfect world, I would like the account managers to be able to assign this when it's appropriate. She just is like, there's been so much abuse of this kind of thing that she just wasn't super confident. So she's kind of like, well, I could talk to Jamie and tell her like, hey, you need to train your people this. And the reason I bring that up, Chuck, well, I guess actually then it would go to the account managers if we took it off super admin, right? So maybe that's okay.
I guess the other thing is we need anything where we check to change a behavior for QA, we would also need to do it for royalty. So we would want it to stop at packaging. Can't
Yeah.
ship it can't ship it while it still has that on there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
So find out where we're using QA and
Duplicate
Probably
that and then
duplicate
add this. Yeah.
add this. As
Yeah.
But yeah, so kind
Something
of
that-
taking the QA process and then building on top of it as opposed
Yeah.
to,
And like it sets the order to on hold on Shipwise and all that kind of stuff you'll find when you're seeing what we do with QA status, or whatever you want to call that.
I didn't hear any of what you just said. Internet.
Teams is struggling.
Did everybody?
Yeah.
I heard you
I heard you.
on
I think we're all
Teams.
frozen.
Oh,
And because of what you said, Chuck, isn't it better that when we turn the royalty QA also flags the regular QA? And actually the royalty, it's an extension of the legacy QA.
It's a good
I think
idea.
that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And
Yeah,
so maybe
really the only difference is royalty just creates different paperwork, but other than that, it behaves like a QA. So that's
Yeah.
probably a good idea.
maybe when they click QA, then if they have the right permission, then it shows royalty QA. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's an interesting
or
idea
else.
too.
Do we have
Actually,
an
this,
extra dialogue when we click QA, or is it just the checkbox?
Or-
To,
Or just when you check the checkbox. I don't, because you probably don't have to have the dialogue, but either don't show that box until QA is checked, or when you check it, then it checks QA. But seems like
okay. Yeah, I think
I-
those need to be
in my-
tied somehow.
I think that they need to be tied, but I don't. Well, unless there's a really good reason, I don't like the idea of having to check QA and then check Royal QA. I feel like you could, if you
Maybe we
have
can
the
just put
permission
that in the
for
notes.
Royal
We're not-
QA.
not getting anything.
Yeah, I can't hear
I-
anything.
Yeah,
I hope
well,
you would ask if this was a good
I can't
quality
hear
call
anything anymore.
afterward. Yeah, yeah, we didn't get anything you said. I mean, we got
I
a
think-
word
I was
every
like,
once in a while.
I'm hearing everything.
okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. Sebastian and I.
Alright.
Maybe try turning off
Yeah,
the camera.
her video's all working too, but none of my
Yeah.
cameras are working. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's like all broken.
Okay.
Yeah, everything-
Sebastian's like, don't worry, I got this. I can hear everyone.
Yeah, you can hear us all.
Well, I
like-
was actually thinking, Mario,
talking, yeah.
after you do that other one, you could take a look at. I was gonna ask if you felt comfortable taking a look at this one. That this could be your next thing.
Sure. I can take a look
Okay.
after.
Mario can also hear us.
All right.
Right.
He might have actually caught what your preference was that you were telling us earlier. Yeah, because
Boy, this is like
we
okay.
didn't hear it.
As far as the story point size, what are we thinking on that? There's a vote open if you guys want to vote, and then we can end this today because I feel like our. Oh, now it looks like it's back. You're muted, Rebecca, if you were saying something.
I was talking to the team in case they couldn't hear you.
Oh.
So I was muted on purpose.
All right, well, that's, we'll get the vote on this one and then we'll call it for today. But this week, we'll probably, every day, we didn't do much in line of estimating last week at all. We were, all right. Put a medium on
Nothing.
it if you can hear
It's-
Rebecca.
Just give up.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day, guys. We will continue this conversation tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
What?
All right.
See you. Bye.
Sounds good. See you guys.
See ya.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.